Don't let our future go out in smoke, a research paper on the solutions of air pollution. Imagine walking outside at the brisk of morning through dense gray fog that obstructs even the smallest ray of sunshine from peeking through. Imagine beginning to cough. The small particles of dust from the fog suddenly makes it harder to breathe. Air pollution is an important issue that many dense urban areas have yet to eliminate. While scientists are working to remove pollution completely, people across the globe continue to suffer from the impacts of poor air quality. Air pollution also presents environmental concern and is one of the leading contributors of climate change. In order to reduce the health and environmental effects of poor air quality, we need to diminish air pollution by switching to renewable energy sources such as solar or wind, converting to electric vehicles, and maximizing the use of public transportation. Switching from non-renewable to renewable energy sources reduces the amount of greenhouse gas emissions, a common pollutant that causes serious health issues, while providing plentiful amounts of energy to places around the world. Unlike fossil fuels, cleaner energy sources provide energy without emitting harmful gases into the atmosphere. When they are heated, fossil fuels release carbon, which can contribute to respiratory irritability, brain damage, and heart attacks. Turbine generator. The effects of carbon emissions are devastating to both the air and human health. So if more people can turn to these sources of energy, the improved air quality could potentially save lives. Not only do renewable sources prevent rising levels of greenhouse gases, but sources such as wind and solar are available around the world, even to third world countries. Renewable Sources Coalition. Being able to provide cleaner energy without the need to burn fuel helps decrease pollution while bringing electricity to places that may not have that luxury. In addition, both solar and wind energy are sustainable and work as long as the sun shines and the wind blows. Wind Energy Technologies Office. While these renewable sources have their benefits, they can be high in initial costs, more so than fossil fuel generators. However, if the manufacturers can produce methods that lower the cost of providing these types of energy, wind and solar could possibly be the solution to improving poor air quality and creating a safer, risk-free environment. Cars, trucks, and other vehicles also emit carbon into the air, making them another leading contributor of air pollution. Although electric vehicles can still result in harmful gas emissions, converting from standard vehicles to electric ones can significantly lower the amount of carbon pollution caused solely by transportation. Electrified cars can reduce ground-level ozone, or more commonly known as smog, by reducing the net emissions of nitrogen oxide and volatile organic compounds, NRDC. As more people begin to trade in their BMWs for these highly advanced electric-based cars, they are limiting the amount of harmful gases being released into the air, which is caused by the running engines of vehicles. This significantly lowers pollution and the health effects directly related to it. The NRDA further describes the repercussions that the smog non-electric cars generate, which includes damage to the lungs as well as irritation to the eyes and throat. Because they are not as popular as standard vehicles, scientists are working to increase their popularity. If people continue to switch to this alternative source of transportation, emissions will decrease overall, preventing unwanted respiratory and allergy issues that are major issues in the world today. Other transportation methods, like public transportation, can also be key to stopping smog and other types of pollution at their source. By expanding the use of public transportation, the amount of vehicle pollutants and smog caused by private vehicles is reduced, bettering air quality. Congestion is a common problem in populated cities around the world. An increase in the use of public transportation gets rid of this congestion and limits the amount of trips by standard vehicles, contributing to less pollution on a per-person basis. Federal Transit Administration. With less emissions from everyone who decides to take a bus instead of their car, the general amount of harmful gases lurking in the air decreases dramatically, providing health benefits for those on the road and those who live in urban areas. Using public transportation not only reduces the pollutants being released from private vehicles, but trains and buses follow standards, which also decreases the amount of pollutants they are releasing. Many rail vehicles and buses are powered through electricity or other alternative fuels, such as natural gas, that do not produce as many pollutants as standard cars and trucks. So these public transportation methods were designed to lessen congestion as well as limit the amount of harmful gases that are released in very large quantities by standard vehicles, making larger cities cleaner and safer for those who live there. In order to tackle the progression of air pollution, people need to start addressing the problem at its source. If not everyone is aware of the devastating effects air pollution has on air quality and health, people will continue to ignore the issue. It is at that point when people can really determine whether they are helping to reduce pollutant emissions or just adding to the cause. Society must be able to change their means of transportation or be able to switch to a new, renewable source of energy, unless it wants the world as a whole to have to deal with the ongoing health issues air pollution is responsible for.